We have all seen the recent trends in anime and manga. Vending machines. Vending machines in Isekai. Being horny. Being horny in Isekai. And most recently, the DC Universe. DC Universe in Isekai. Today I bring you all streaming in Isekai with Yanderes. In Atarashia, a kingdom in another world, lies an academy full of elite students that look like brats and yakuzas. Among them walks a lone loser with his blazer buttoned, constantly looking down on the ground trying to find his last brain cell. After a day of mundane classes, he finally arrives at his dorm room. He gets changed, puts on his favourite bandana and boots up his computer. In front of him is a streamer's setup, but with audio only. This man streams in his spare time, and today is just another day of regular business. Mr. Streamer does his usual Twitch intro by greeting everyone a good day. At the same time, brainless chatters have already filled the room with room temperature IQ comments attempting to have senpai notice them. Rather than a regular streaming that we are accustomed to, his streaming is more similar to a traditional Japanese broadcasting with a letter from fans reading segment at the end of the broadcast. Thus, Mr. Streamer initiates today's chat interaction. The writer is a cocky B-rank adventure, a failure in any Asian household standards. He says, "The other day, some rando joined my party, but he was so ass I kicked him out in a few days. He could only use supportive magic to locate enemies and repair our weapons. It made me feel good to see him cry." However, our streamer has seen his fair share of getting kicked out of Hero's party trope and warns against the failure. Only a fool dismisses the advantage of having a supportive team member. Imagine complaining about quality of life services when most people are begging the devs for them. Since Mr. Streamer does not care about the status of any particular chatter, all he knows is that if this pathetic party leader ever ends up in trouble, he better be on his knees to beg him back or wait until everyone in his party is dead. The streaming platform is a safe place for our boy. Since no one has the technology to dox him in Isekai, he can safely bring up his political ideas without being cancelled. On the bottom of his monitor, a window shows how many people are currently tuning in for his broadcast. There is a concurrent viewer of around 10,000 people. Big streaming platforms better sign this guy before Kick does. Here is yet another letter from a chatter. It reads, "I am the son of an upper-class family with a fiancé. However, I fell in love with a cute transfer student and am thinking of choosing her instead." Being a man who is more single than the tarnished, the streamer lets out a raging sentiment and bans the chatter for giving him
emotional damage.
As he says, dishonoring your family is punishable by death in his household. Plus, only a scumbag will cheat on one's fiancé based solely on the looks of another woman. In this page, we get to see the extent of our streamer's reach. Families gather together and listen to him as their pastime. Soldiers and the king tune in their palace as their royal entertainment. Even the demons from another continent cannot escape the charm of this man. Mr. Streamer's sudden outburst of emotions have caught many chatters off guard. They start suspecting maybe the streamer is just jealous of him for having a fiancé. That sure hits the spot. For a man that is single since the beginning of time, his grandest desire is to obtain the legendary existence known as a girlfriend. And that is how he chooses to end the stream. Right after he hits the stop broadcasting button, he slumps backward into his seat and takes off the bandana on his head. The sense of slight fulfillment and exhaustion rushes towards him. Maybe this is how the big streamers in his previous life felt after ending a stream. Yes, our boy who is currently sitting in his ergonomic gaming chair is Kanata, a transfer student from another world. And of course, with Isekai comes magic. Magic is prevalent in this world and all students can wield them as they please. It was a great surprise to MC when he first got transferred to this world. This excitement wears off with time and another reason. After all, he has been blessed the skill unlimited power by the gods. When he was merely 4 years old in this world, he discovered that his combat power was over 9,000. Therefore, he has taken action to conceal his power to the extent that will not impact daily life. The power system in this academy is distinguished into 4 categories, with triple S rank awarded 3 stars, double S rank 2 stars, S rank with only 1 star. Those who fall between rank A and F shall receive no stars for recognition. Usually, this Royal Academy is only designed for the richest of the most powerful people in the world, yet MC is among the few who passed the selection test with mere merit alone. During the entrance exam, Kanata showed off just enough to receive a single star for recognition. That said, it is not enough to deter some stupid side characters from picking on our boy. Look, here comes Onion Head and Geometry Boy. They look as if their parent has committed incest. Nobles do not like commoners due to the difference in social status. Wanting no trouble, Kanata decides to lie low. He puts up the biggest sales agent smiles and tells them to go suck his boba. As we know, onions and boba don't mix, which is why Onion Head grows mad and picks up MC by his collar. Just when the situation spirals out of control, a tender figure enters the scene. A girl with light hair color appears. She is all wet and sweaty from running all the way here. The amount of special camera angles tells us she is not just another side character. She must be someone important to the plot. She is Maria Atarashisu. Judging by the last name, she probably has something to do with the ruler of this country. Though she was late for the practice session, she received the kindest pardon from the professor. Boys being boys, some of them will want to show off in front of an attractive girl. Look, a man with sparkling SFX enters the queue to show everyone the capabilities of a 3-star noble. He takes a stance, points towards the target in the field and starts gathering the magic elements around the air. The magic molecules are sucked so hard that they form a visible spiral around the tip of his index finger. When he lets off the charge, a small fire dart the size of his PP flies through the air and reaches a target merely 7 feet away from where he is standing. As there is time for one more student to demonstrate their magic capabilities, the instructor starts flipping through the student's name list in his hand. He calls out a random student who just so happens to be Kanata. The nobles behind MC are waiting patiently for him to flop the demonstration, but as experienced Isekai trash enjoyers, we know what is about to happen. Kanata flips a small fire dart the size as his fingernail towards the target, and upon impact, a huge explosion takes place, disintegrating the target altogether. Everyone at the scene is impressed with the outcome, but especially Maria. She looks as if she is ready to bear the child of this man. The professor is quite pleased with MC's demonstration of power, and he urges on for everyone to keep up the individual training to eventually reach this level. The nobles are salty. Hacks. He is using hacks. Before the Onion Head can report MC to the devs, Maria teleports behind them and interrupts their actions. Maria knows that the discontent between the two losers originates from discrimination against social status. To her, as long as a person can pass the entrance exam to this academy, it is to be respected. She says so as she casually makes a hole in a tree branch with her fingers. Damn, those are some strong fingers. I wonder if it is even stronger down there. After scaring away the two side characters, Maria approaches Kanata to initiate a conversation. She is frankly quite impressed by his display of magic power earlier and wants a word with the commoner. Now that MC gets a good look at the girl approaching, he recognizes her. Maria, as her last name suggests, is the third and the youngest princess of the nation. She too is bothered by the constant struggle and endless conflicts between different social statuses. As she walks past MC, she mutters perhaps they should hear what Mr. has to say about such topic. Unfortunately, one can never attempt to make a deaf man listen. Kanata misses what Maria just said to him. Then, as if she is provoking him, Maria gives a friendly reminder to MC when striking a suggestive pose. Whenever you feel angry, just remember my voluminous rear. Then she waddles away. Streaming did not exist in this world when Kanata first arrived. Luckily, the world already had a network functioning as the internet that connects all devices together. Yet, there is no wide access to technology or entertainment for the people. In fact, MC had to make a PC from scratch and create a streaming service using his limitless power by sending signal so strong that it reaches all over the world. In other words, we can sue him for monopoly because no other company can achieve the same effect. Back to the usual streaming segment. MC starts talking about his experience today at school, seeing people pick fights due to difference in status. He simply wishes everyone in the world can get along. How naive to suggest such radical opinion in a world where nobility rules over most of the countries. At this time, a super chat takes over the stream room with 10 gold coins. It is from a chatter named Anonymous Princess. It seems like some naughty stole from their parents. She donated the same amount yesterday too. Perhaps rich people truly lives in a different world. 10 gold coins are roughly equivalent to 100,000 Japanese yen, or around $700 for you listeners who only understands freedom per eagle. This anonymous princess picks up Mr. Streamer's plead for a girlfriend yesterday and wants to nominate herself as his lover. As we know, many girl chatters have parasocial relationships with their Oshi streamer, and this is not healthy in any means. Please contact me personally when you encounter this matter so I may guide you to the right track. Kanata ponders at the chatter's remark and determines it to be an obvious joke. As such, he responds favorably to her humble request, not knowing what trouble he just made for himself. On the other side of the screen, a young princess lies on her fluffy bed and almost gooned upon hearing these words. She hugs the MP3 device ever so tightly around her chest as if she wants to savor every word that emits from it. Look at how cute she is. Maria can hardly contain her feelings. She rolls across her bed multiple times, trying to appease her sudden rush of emotions. After a few minutes, she finally stops to cool herself down. To her, Mr. Streamer is nothing but a mystery. As the Gen Alphas say, he just suddenly appeared one day and rizzed up the whole nation with his plus 1,000 aura. Oh wait, is Mr. Streamer speaking again? Maria is so thirsty for his words of wisdom. She picks up her device and begins licking the display as if she can physically feel the presence of the streamer himself. The voice. It makes her want to devote her everything to him, including all the financial supports in the world. Look at this girl's eyes, and I have never seen eyes filled with such determination and desire at the same time. I can almost smell the restraining order all the way in Ohio. Anyway, this is the story of how a streamer F up and doxed himself for fun. This concludes Chapter 1. There are currently more than 30 chapters available for you to enjoy. If you liked this video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching until the end.